This piece of bamboo is quite elegant in color. And you can put tea leaves on it. So I basically changed very little from this natural materials. I only make a little alternations to it. And there are other products over there with different shapes. I think these bamboo products will continue to enrich our lives. The real master artist would draw inspirations from natural things and become more and more abstract. This is another important cultural heritage of China. This is very simple lifestyle, and the blue color to it is quite beautiful. It's not quite extravagant. It is quite simple in design. It is nominated as one of the candidates for the traditional prize, traditional cultural design prize. At this section, we can see the Suzhou fence. There is quite a large collections, and they are quite refreshing and novel to me. The ICH Design Exhibition dedicated to showcase traditional cultural element and integrate these elements into the modern designs. As our guest said, there are a lot of details and nuances to the design, which has demonstrated the understandings of designers on these ICH. We will also be seeing a lot of demonstration of the intangible cultural heritage. So aesthetics is actually kind of a philosophy. For modern people, we can find some traces of cultural heritage in a lot of modern designs. So this is the true meaning of heritage. It is also some of the inspiration that we've learned from this exhibition hall. When we are curating this exhibition, we have done a lot of homework. For example, we found that the modern Chinese designers focus a lot on traditional Chinese cultural element and tried their best to integrate these elements into modern designs. So everybody is doing what they can to carry on the essence of traditional Chinese culture. So we cannot just cut and paste the heritage from Tang and Qing or Han Dynasty. The Chinese civilization is thousands of years long, and we have to make innovations on top of that. We have to also integrate these elements into people's modern living. We can't only focus on the traditional elements, but also its feasibility and application in real life. This is the only way for us to rejuvenate these cultural heritage. We have to find a connection between consumption and design. These designs need to be made into marketable products. And this is also an important platform for that. I believe this is quite a representative exhibition in the Beijing Design Week. We only have so much time for the ICH exhibition hall. And what is our next stop? You really are interested in cultural elements. And why don't we take out the Chinese culture, intellectual property exhibition, and a special exhibition for the design of for designing Beijing. In this special exhibition, we aim at popularize these designs. And in the past years, the Beijing Design Week has been quite successful. And in this exhibition, we will be showcasing some of the achievements. And each year on Beijing Fashion Week, Beijing Design Week, we would welcome a lot of visitors to our expo. So it's quite a special and professionalized exhibition. That's what's special about it. I think there will be some internationally famous and top design. The color blue has always been the theme color for Design Week of Beijing. This expo kick-started on the 21st and all the way to the 25th. A lot of the cultural locations and even in hutongs of Beijing, we can see this light blue everywhere. And the scope of the exhibition and the Design Week activities keeps on expanding. And currently, we have 51 venues. And now we have already expanded beyond Beijing all the way to Tianjin and even bigger regions in this Jingjing and Hebei area. We have a lot of cultural zones, for example, 798 and 751 zone, and Beijing Fang area and Shichaihai area, Baicha Temple area, and even expanded to some of the farther counties and zones. We have upgraded from original activity to bigger cooperation format, such as the connections and interactions between different zones in Beijing. For example, in Qinglong Hutong and other areas, we have a lot of cultural activities. And this year, the guest of honor is Copenhagen. In Denmark, we also have an exhibition, special exhibition, showcasing some of the designs and cultural elements from Copenhagen. You're more than welcomed to come to these exhibitions, because the Qinglong Alley or Qinglong Hutong is one of the most well-known places for cultural creation products. It is a great platform for the designers and the craftsmen for cultural and creation products. You can see there are a lot of cafes and little boutiques and selling beautiful handicrafts. There are also installations and beautiful designs for you to appreciate. Beijing, as the cultural center of the country, has been hosting the Design Week for more than 10 years, and thus adding a trace of fashion design to this Asian capital. We also have been doing a lot of interactions with other countries and cities and injecting new perspectives to the Design Week. The Design Week is also a partner to the World Design Week website in Japan. There is also Japan Design Week held on a yearly basis. Beijing International Design Week is both outward-looking and absorbing other foreign elements into its activities and exhibition. There are more and more media reports about the Design Week. I think this kind of made in China concept has become quite popular. There are also a lot of designers winning international awards. The ICH design we have just seen, it's quite distinct Chinese character, has quite distinct Chinese kind of characteristics. On this exhibition hall, we can see both Chinese elements and global vision. This is, as I said, a special exhibition. And the color, the theme color here is black, quite low-key, and seemingly quite high-end. So it's a combination of the color black and the theme color of the Design Week, which is blue. This is the last day, right? So I want to encourage you to take the last opportunity to take a visit here. Or if you are an enthusiast of design, it's a golden opportunity to experience Design Week here. Each year we welcome designers of all around the countries. At the each year's early September, I would receive a lot of calls asking about the arrangement of Design Week. Design should be looking at the big picture and providing services and promoting the economic development and improvement of people's well-being. So Beijing, as the center for cultural creation and design, has responsibility to promote these creative activities. Now, finally, we have arrived at this special exhibition. You can really feel that this is very low-key, but high-end designs. We can see some big designing corporations, multinationals here in the exhibition. This is quite a large hall, isn't it? This exhibition hall is number 11 exhibition hall of the National Agricultural Exhibition Center. This is also known as the new exhibition hall. It's quite big in its floor area. This is Designing China Beijing, and this is the curator of the exhibition. This is called Designing Beijing China. Also, it's the first time for us to join Design Week Beijing. In this exhibition, you can see some top-notch designers brand participating in this. This is from Portuguese, called the logo. This is Saletti. You can take a closer look. Saletti is also a niche brand from Italy, boasting its very intricate design of ornaments. We can see a lot of international brands, top-notch designers brand. This is from France. It's a furniture brand with hundreds of years of history. And back there is Caesarstone, a new material company from Israel. In France, in the Versailles, we can see a lot of such traditional furnitures. But these designs doesn't seem out of date, even on today, because their traditional culture have successfully undergone this rejuvenation and recreation, just as our ICH. So all of these creativity is based on its history and cultural heritage. Let's go over this way to take a look at two very interesting brands, personally. This exhibition hall is filled with very fun elements. So this is last few hours, last chance for you to visit this place. This is for some of the originally made products. Some of the products of new designers. Some of them are first comers here on the Design Week activity. And designers are all here to conduct discussions or talk with the visitors. So it's a rare opportunity for you to talk face to face with the designer, him or herself. So you would have a quite different feeling. It's like after watching an opera, you can have a chance to talk to the cast. This is a model of the Beijing hutong or Asian alleys. This is a silver manufacture. This is a local brand, a local designer from Beijing. It is also a great platform for designers to communicate with each other. This is like a Beijing traditional courtyard. With this environment, you can use this as a living room to host your guests and also have a taste of history while discussing the future. This looks like a stage, a traditional Peking opera stage, which is a little bit higher than the floor, using these gray bricks. You can sit here and appreciate the Peking opera up there. It's quite a special design, integrating Beijing local culture with modern designs. This is also quite a simplistic design concept. This is the designer herself. This is also their first time here. They have brought this quite stunning set of products. Can you tell us about these, about your design and your products? And this is my design and his handiwork. All of these are handmade with a combination of wood and leather. As you can see, each piece of furniture is made of fine leather. And this is also flexible. The quality of the leather is even better, much better than the luxury brands in Western countries, because theirs are still mass production, but ours is handicraft. It's purely made by hand. We use the minimum amount of tools to make this kind of products without using these electronic machines. Some of these so-called handmade bags in Western countries are not actually handmade. It's like also a production line, and each people doing part of this work. But all of this set of products is entirely made by me, by hand. So it's impossible to go into mass production. It is quite a niche market, and that is also the meaning of true high-quality life. This is a Dutch designer who has been living in Beijing for many years. And here is a very traditional Beijing cultural element, that is the store. You can carry this around just like a traditional store, using highly elastic nylon lines to a rope to wave this kind of chairs, this kind of stools. So it's quite strong, it's quite elastic and quite flexible. This designer really combines the Western cultural element with that of China's. I believe that's part of the charm of Beijing. Some of the Western designers may come to China, and they were greatly infected by the Chinese culture, and they aim at telling their story and conveying their designing concept using a lot of Chinese cultural elements. This is Lina Rosette from France. This is from Sweden, a new material company called Bolong. This is quite high-tech and environmentally friendly. And it's also quite colorful with different color combinations. So you can actually modularize this kind of pieces of furniture. You can also DIY your own pattern on this carpet. You have all of these lineup of materials. Some of them are transparent. Some of them can reflect lights. You can also be the designer of your own house, and you can DIY your own floor plans. This is a lighting brand from China. It is both combines both Orient and modern elements. You can see that it has quite a novel concept to it, while combining the element of Zen. It also portrays portraits people's pursuit of a better life. So at night, when you lit up your light, you would attach a lot of importance to the lighting environment. This is Seed Lighting, another light company. It is quite metallic and quite avant-garde. We also have forums. And today the theme of the forum is about new materials. One of the exhibitors bring with him more than 2,000 types of new materials, all state-of-the-art, all newly developed, and he would be talking about how to apply these new materials in construction. So we can have a prospect for the future life on this exhibition, because new designers can come together to discuss and gain new perspectives. This is an artistic installation. It's designed by a local Shanghai designer. This is for a realistic property project here in Beijing. This is quite fun. Quite colorful. Can take a lot of beautiful pictures. This is an exhibition area for color. There are a lot of interesting elements. This is not a bird cage, but a water tap. It's an interesting design, isn't it? This should be a bathtub, right? Yes, but it's beautifully designed. It combines modern and traditional elements. This platform aims at bringing international brands to China and vice versa. With this kind of exchanges, we help to promote the mutual understanding, mutual learning, and cooperation. And also the concept of design would infiltrate each other. On my left-hand side is another furniture brand. It's actually a gathering of European furniture brands. This is the longest couch in the world. It's quite a long couch. It can be as long as you want because it has been modularized. And you can just expand the length of the color of the couch, and it has different colors. So the longest couch in the world is as long as you want it to be. This kind of concept actually can be borrowed by the Chinese designers. The Chinese designers can also think about possible designs such as this. We talk about the two art academies, the Chinese Academy of Fine Arts and the Tsinghua Academy of Fine Arts. So this is from CAFA, the Chinese Academy of Fine Arts. As you can see, this is a bamboo design, bamboo chair, using one single bamboo. So there's no seams. There's no seam on it. Using one single brand. This is a traditional piece of furniture, quite Chinese, but it's quite modern. And this is the light. made from one piece of bamboo. Also, this is a design of look at the Tsinghua Academy of Fine Art. Very different style, quite modernized. And designer found that if you sit for too long, you're uncomfortable. So it studies people's motors and people's way of sitting. So it's lopsided. If you sit for too long, you don't know where to put your hand, you can play with these balls here. This is all quite interesting. You can see that up there are two handles. You can stretch after sitting for too long. Can even do simple yoga here. Stretch. Think it's quite quite useful in modern ways of living. This is designed after careful observation of daily lives. This is where you place your feet. People have the bad habit of shaking their feet. And this is a perfect chair for this kind of people. Try shaking. It can try it. Now you have a sense that you're shaking your legs, and will remind you to stop, because that's really a bad habit. This designer is also a PhD, studying a lot of the movement of human beings, and tries to figure out what else can a chair do besides providing a location for people. This is a designing brand from Jingdezhen, making very beautiful china wares, porcelain wares. You can see the color, the texture, and back there are even furniture there. And this is a plate. Looks like the surface of water, quite delicate. This is simple pieces of furniture used at home on these tables. So designing Beijing, China is an important platform to promote the convergence of Chinese and Western cultures, providing inspiration to the designers, pointing to the directions for future designs. We have always been saying that design can liberate you from daily mundanes. So designers are really interesting spirits making interesting products and daily utensils to enrich people's lives. This is Liu Feng, a renowned designer of Beijing. The concept of this designer's design is called to liberating people from the mundane daily life. This is a bar. You can enjoy some drinks, and you can even have hot pot here. This wall is combined with mosaic, and it's also another QR code. You can scan it. So this artistic installation is aiming at liberating you from the dullness of life. It's a gift to the dull world. That's the inscription here. So it seems like a cabinet, and but actually it's an oven. And they are usable. You can really use this oven. You can also use them as cabinets. You can also have different combinations. You can buy 2 of them or 4 of them. And if you buy enough, it will become like an artistic installation. This trip is really like a massage to my brain, I think, because my head is injected with a lot of these novel ideas, and I was also greatly inspired. It's quite a joyful experience. If you find your life to be boring, you can just come to Beijing and visit all kinds of exhibitions. I believe that this exhibition is quite impressive, because we've always wanting to do an exhibition in Beijing, and this is only possible after a very long time of preparation. And also want to thank the organizer for giving us this opportunity. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy your visit. Our next stop is Chinese culture, intellectual property, innovation. I think different exhibition hall will bring you a different kind of feeling, because we focus on the experience itself, innovation, and creativity. This exhibition hall is the IP Innovation Hall I mentioned. You can see some of the familiar brand. This is a little girl riding a unicorn. This is the curator, Mr. Xu Kai, of this hall, and we will be guiding you through this exhibition, introducing some of the most popular, some of the highlights of this exhibition. What is exactly IP? IP refers to intellectual property, but right now its usage is much more generalized than before. So this is a Chinese cultural IP and innovation exhibition aiming at redefining IP, showcasing some distinctive cultural lines. So we have redefined the IP. This is quite special area. This is the south of Fujian, the culture of south of Fujian. This is also a puppet, combining traditional puppet show with some of the television shows. It looks almost like a comic figure, but This is actually traditional cultural figures. So on this exhibition hall, we will see some of the quite popular cultural elements and images with core competence, the large fan base. And the representation, we have a lot of elements to, for example, puppet and internet literature, comics, and this is the exhibition for and products for the Forbidden City. Right now, it's quite a big brand, and you can see how the products are sold out. I myself actually have a collection of the tapes of brand of the Forbidden City brand or the Past Museum. You can use the tapes to decorate your lipsticks and other cosmetic products. Starting from this year, the traditional Chinese cultural products have become much more popular among the consumers, including the product of the Palace Museum. It has a large fan base and can be highly marketed. This cat looks familiar. This is a cartoon figure and also a mascot of the Design Week. It has been here for years. And it's our cooperation with Tmall. This is also the official mascot of Design Week, and Tmall is a official channel for for all of these products, the souvenirs of Design Week. Do you feel the power of IP? Yes, of course. For example, this is a new product for this year. It's a monkey from specially designed for Beijing Design Week, wearing the Design Week blue. The Beijing Design Week BW at the we made 3,000 of them. 1 of them are sent out as gifts, and then will be sold online on Tmall. We send out 100 for each night, and it will be sold out within about 1 minute. So part of these products are sold here at the expo, and it was sold out with only 1 morning. It's quite an important popular product. You can also see the popular big yellow duck. And it's made of a special material with a certain scent. Here is a signature of designer, Mr. Hoffman. So when Netherlands was the guest of honor, they have made this limited edition with Beijing Design Week. From this section, you can see that good design really can create values. We are like this is like a retail platform on Tmall. A lot of brand, they and exhibitor in our expo may also sell some of their products on Tmall. These products are quite creative. So the Design Week is a perfect platform to leverage all of these market resources. Thank you so much. Another highlight is really what we call an internet famous IP. The big figure there. It's also a hotspot for the tourists to take pictures. I am also a fan of this cat. You can see I have its case. I have its image on my cell phone case. It's called Wu Huang. I didn't know it was such a big IP. It right now has more than 10 million followers, 10 million fans on the internet. It's quite representative. The whole design is quite welcoming, and it has a very strong team to design all of this content, and the fans really love the content. As you can see, this dog is the cat's best friend, and it has a lot of derivatives and content. The dog is also a big figure. It's a big deal, right? Yes, they too have become important internet influencers. So when it comes to fans and economy, it doesn't have to be a real person. This kind of virtual figure and image can also become an important icon on the internet, on social media, Weibo and WeChat, and stream media. They are creating stars on a daily basis, not only on the internet influencers, but also virtual figures of animals or human beings. This is another IP, a Chinese cultural IP, Dunhuang. This is quite traditional Chinese costume. This is very beautiful embroidery, looking like a Chinese seal. This is this draws from the pattern and some of the seals of the Dunhuang and the Mogao Grotto, Mogao Caves area. Let's take a look. It does not have the flying goddess, right? Yes, but still, you can still feel the culture of Tang Dynasty and other ancient dynasties of China. So the promoter of Dunhuang culture wanted to be more down to earth, so we have this lineup of products such as costumes or scarves, trying to combine Chinese culture with daily utensils. That's why people talk about these not only IP, but IP derivatives, making it more down to earth, making it integrated with our daily lives. Here is another internet influencer. We actually saw this one, this Molly. There's a whole lineup of products, different models of Molly. This is a special design for this week, but it's already has become a very big brand. Its designer is Kenny from Chinese Hong Kong. It has a large fan base. And also himself is a influencer, internet influencer. So there are different series of these products. Here you can see the elements of Peking opera. This is called the Peking opera Molly. This is a distinctive Beijing product, and it's wearing the Design Week blue with the character Beijing on its chest. So it's a combination of culture and IP and marketized products. It's quite popular. On a square of the expo, you can also see an installation of Molly, several meters high. Also, one of the picture hotspot for its fans. So, is it fair to say that the IP exhibition hall is pointing the direction for cultural creativity products? How to marketize this product and how to better integrate the cultural elements is the key topic here. So combining design with culture is an upgrade to consumption as well as design. So this is the last chance for you to take a look here. And it's almost closing time. I wish to show you more about the exhibition. And hopefully, if you didn't have a chance to come here, this would be an opportunity for you to have a quick look. This exhibition, this design exhibition is about to close, but the Design Week will continue till October the 7th. So it has different activities, different venues across the capital. If you don't have a chance to come here, make sure that you visit the expo next year. I want to thank our viewers for staying with us. I also want to thank our guests for your introduction. That's all for today's live stream. I'm Luo Ziying at the National Agricultural Exhibition Center, bring you the Design Expo for Beijing Design Week.